Hey guys, so this is the look I created using the Tarteist Pro palette. It's this kind of like teal, warm brown, smoky kind of look. I don't really know what to call it, but yeah, this is the look I created. If you guys want to see how I created this look, then keep on watching.
There'll be girls across the nation that'll eat this up. Babe, I know that it's your soul, but could you bottle it up? Get down to the heart of it, no, it's my heart. Your shit out of your luck. Don't make me tell you again. Woo! Love, love, love. Hey. Love, 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 love. I do it for love. Love, love, love. Do it for. Yeah, do it for. Do it for. I do it for the love, yes I do. So you don't care about the money, well yes it's true. And I'm so blessed to be fulfilling my destiny. All material things could mean less to me, only.
So I'm just taking the shade Classic and using it to set the MAC Soft Ochre paint pot, and then I used Bold in the crease as a transition shade.
Several nights, cause the only thing I need is a strong supporting team. The most important thing that helps supporting my dream. And I can't forget my family.
Then I put Innocent in the crease to add some warmth and depth.
No matter what I do, I don't know.
Now taking Whimsy, I'm using it to further define the crease.
I do as I can only do me, that's all I know. Dodge the difficulties and take life slow. And if I ever slow up, you know I always show up. It's still the same old me.
And then I kept packing Whimsy into my outer V and crease region until I got the depth and intensity that I wanted, and then I went in with a fluffier brush and blended it out. And then with the color Edgy on a pencil brush, I ran it along the outer half of my upper lash line and slightly into like a wing shape. Then I used the same pencil brush with no additional product and kind of blended it up and out into the outer V and crease. And then I just went in with a combo of Whimsy and Innocent just to kind of blend out any harsh edges.
Stay into it when people take the music I put on for my cities and know I always do.
So I just used this vitamin E spray from the Body Shop to wet my brush after I took the shade Trendy on it, packed it all over the lid, and then after I have this covered on the lid, I'm going to go in with the shade Edgy and just re-intensify all the areas that I had darkened earlier. And then taking the color Smoked, I just deepened the outer corner and that little bit of like a wing kind of shape that we have going on. And then I went in with the fluffier brush I used earlier with no additional product and blended it out. Then I just re-intensified my lid with the Trendy shade and then packed the shade Vintage on my brow bone as a matte highlight. And then I went in with that same blending brush just to kind of blend them together and buff it out. Then I did my mascara, eyeliner, and false lashes off camera, and so now we're going to move on to the face makeup. So for my foundation, I'm using the Maybelline FitMe in the shade 125, and I'm dotting it all over my face, and then I'm taking a flat top kabuki brush just to buff it in and get as much coverage out of it as I can. And then I'm going to cream contour, and for that I'm using the Anastasia contour kit in the shade Light. I'm just using what looks to be like, it looks like a paintbrush. It's this really thin, precise brush that you can get really straight lines with, and I'm just using that to apply the contour. And then to blend it out, I'm using a kind of domed, but it's an angled domed brush. And just so you know guys, all my brushes are BH Cosmetics unless I say otherwise.
You go, I'll be okay. I can dream the rest away. It's just a little touch of fate, it'll be okay. It's short, it takes its precious time, but it's got rights and so have I. Focus one thought at a time. I do not like the little piece under my tight rope and sleep. It couldn't be a longer time. I feel like I am walking blind. I know right time. There are no legible signs.
To conceal and brighten, I'm taking the Anastasia cream color in the shade Banana and the NYX Alabaster HD concealer. And I'm first starting by layering the Anastasia Banana cream product down, and then I went on top of it with the NYX one. And so I did that in all the areas, so my under eyes, my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, and the center of my forehead. I just didn't show all the areas on camera.
I turn my head to the sky.
bake my face, I used my trusty NYC Smooth Skin Translucent Loose Powder, and then to set the rest of my face, I went in with my MAC Studio Fix Powder in the shade C3 or 3.5. I also used that same MAC powder to dust off my bake after it was done. Then I decided to powder contour, and I used the original contour kit. I used the middle shade to hollow out my cheekbones, forehead, nose, as well as my jaw. And I used this really weird brush to contour my nose. This is like my second time using it, and I figured, you know what, I really want to try this out on camera and see how it looks. And it actually did a pretty okay job. Then I took my Anastasia Glow Kit in Ultimate Glow, I think it was. I just took the shades Golden Dawn and Hot Sand and used them to highlight my cheekbones. Then I went back in on my lower lash line. I took the shade Whimsy from the Tarteist Pro palette and just used that to add some color and definition. Then I took Edgy and added it on the outer half of my lower lash line. And then I just used that same brush that we used in our crease just to buff everything together. So I just popped the shades Vintage and Classic from the Tarteist Pro palette into my inner corner, set my face with the Body Shop Vitamin E Mist, and then went in with Snow and White Sand from the Ultimate Glow palette. I popped it on my cheekbones just because I wanted a more intense highlight. I also popped it on my nose, my chin, my brow bone, just everywhere I wanted a more intense and wet highlighted look. And lastly, for the lips, I lined and filled in my lips with a NYX Chestnut pencil. Then I went over it with the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in the shade K. And so that's all there is for the lips, guys, and that's the end of the tutorial. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this look, and feel free to leave your requests in the comments below. Bye guys, see you in the next video.